Someday, in the not-so-distant future, it happens. The moment you realize you're ready for anything. Get a degree in emergency management from Jacksonville State University and be ready for where you're going.
Your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, March the 22nd. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like it's going to be an interesting week ahead with some colder weather, despite the fact that spring officially began just a little over 24 hours ago. There's a look at the Skycam from Birmingham, and we see some what appear to be fairly high clouds. We also see some high clouds over Mount Cheaha. A little bit brighter, it appears, over there as the clouds are thickening a bit from the west. Cold front is dropping into the area and from our northwest, and that front will be edging down south of us so that we should see a break in the rain for Monday, but it looks like Sunday is going to be one of those days where there's going to be showers and patchy rain off and on. Today, the flow is somewhat zonal across the area as we watch a developing system off to the west that will bring some colder air our direction. We're watching that colder air on the surface map. You can see the single-digit values and some minus values up there in northern Minnesota and the single-digit values up in North Dakota. But we won't get that cold, of course. And temperatures this morning starting out coolish in the northeast where they dip down into the 30s, but for the most part across much of the western and central part of central Alabama, we were in the lower 50s for the morning lows, a few spots getting into the 40s, of course. Radar not showing much in the way of showers approaching us right now, but we do have some showers in the Memphis area, and those along that cold front. QPF-wise, for rainfall amounts, it looks like over the next 5 days, rainfall amounts will be relatively light, generally less than probably a third of an inch for most locations, but some heavier showers you might see rainfall amounts approach a half inch. Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking anything in the way of a specific slight risk area for day one. They do have a C-text for some marginal possibility for severe thunderstorms in the vicinity of East Texas. And then on day two, there's a C-text for southeast Georgia as well as the southeast Texas coast. And day three, just possibility of thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. All right, let's take a look at the GFS modeling this morning from the 06Z GFS model run, and showing that the front is dropping into our area today. However, I think we'll stay dry for the most part through the daylight hours, and chances for rain increasing tonight. And then into Sunday, it looks like one of those situations where it's probably not going to rain all day, but it's going to be one of those things where we'll see rain off and on, some patchy rain here and there, maybe even hear a little peal of thunder. The culprit in the upper atmosphere for Sunday is the short wave that is moving across the lower Mississippi River Valley. It's stronger up around the Great Lakes, but giving us a bit of a glancing blow. That one moves quickly off on Monday into the northwest Atlantic, and so we'll recover on Monday, and Monday should be a dry day, but you can see there's another impulse coming in out of south central Canada as well as coming out of the central Rockies. So while we should have a good day, it'll be a cooler day. And then on Tuesday, that system coming out of the South Central Canada actually will dive into the southeastern U.S. and dive into the southern Appalachians area. So that using the 540 marker is kind of an idea for the colder air. You can see the colder air coming down into the Tennessee River Valley with that first blue line indicating the 540 thickness value. But we should stay dry. It's questionable. There may be a little bit of moisture coming with this system, but I think if we see any rain, it's going to be between midnight and 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. I think by the time we're heading out to work, things should be dry enough that we wouldn't see any rain chances. For Wednesday, that system really bombs out over the area just south of New England, just off the mid-Atlantic coast. But of course, that's gone by us, and we're coming under a bit of a ridge. We stay under a bit of a ridge with some traveling systems, so we may see some clouds from time to time on Thursday. But it looks like by Thursday, the moisture's begun moving back up the lower Mississippi River Valley to our west. So that's setting the stage for the possibility, with this trough coming across the Mississippi River Valley on Friday, for us to see some showers in our area on Friday, with a fairly deep surface low up over the and in vicinity of Chicago, up over southern Lake Michigan. And that will drag a front down into the area as the trough moves and sharpens up a bit on Saturday. And as it does, of course, I think by Saturday we'll start the day off somewhat wet, but by midday we should be improving and seeing the weather dry out as far as the rain. But cloud-wise, we'll probably stay cloudy for much of the day on Saturday, maybe a few breaks in the clouds by the end of the day and some sun before sunset. When we move out into Voodoo Country, the 2nd of April, we have a bit of a ridge, a fairly strong ridge over the eastern half of the country. That would spell a kind of a warm start to April. And we see that a fairly strong short wave coming out of the Rockies on the 3rd. So that spells a bit of stormy weather, I think, for the central U.S. And then we get to the very end of the period around the 6th of April, and the GFS has a very complicated-looking pattern with a cutoff low over northern Mexico, as well as a nice trough coming through the western Great Lakes area in the central U.S. So it looks like the big screaming message coming from Voodoo Country out here is that the pattern's going to stay active, and that has certainly been true so far. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. I expect to have the next one posted first thing on Sunday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great day, and Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.